All right, today's video you will be getting into a very classic book called The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. Very few people have read it. Most of them have read his major book, which is Think and Grow Rich, but this is a classic. It was written back in 1979, and I have the 51st publishing printing, which was in 1995. So this is a classic. It goes over 16 key lessons. What I've done is shrunk this down into 10 lessons, and it's a matter of the next 15 minutes. You're going to get the whole book in the next 15 minutes. So let's dive into this. I know you're going to like this, so make sure you take some notes because it's going to be very powerful, and this will help you understand some of the basic laws of success that Napoleon Hill was talking about. So I'll see you on the inside. Take care. Okay, we are back, ready for another great summary. I'm telling you, the more you listen to this kind of stuff, the more knowledgeable you are, and it's specialized knowledge for you to learn and improve the quality of your life, increase your income, improve your health, everything in life you're looking for. It's right here on this channel. So we're going to be talking about one of the classics. It's called The Law of Success. And we're going to be seeing here, as you can see, there's 10 key chapters I broke it down to. Even though it's 16 lessons, I've condensed it, and I've made it so it's applicable in today's market, in 2024 and 2025, whatever time frame you're looking at this. This is in today's age. I've customized it so we can use this knowledge that was originally written in 1979. That's right. It's a classic. So Napoleon Hill, as you know, has been around for many, many years, but he's obviously passed away now. But he actually interviewed some of the most wealthiest Americans way back in the early 20s or 30s, I believe it was. So let's get started. I'm excited to take some notes, and I know you want to listen to this probably the second time, but let's get started. So The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill, it says the modern blueprint for mastery. Napoleon Hill, The Law of Success is a timeless guide to achieving greatness. Written decades ago, its principles are more relevant than ever in today's fast-paced digital world. This summary translates Hill's classic wisdom into actionable insights for the modern achiever. Let's dive in. So, develop a definite major purpose. I like to say major because you can say develop a definite purpose. This is kind of like your North Star. This is where you're always focusing on to reach one day your definite major purpose, whatever that may be. Why it matters in today's world in infinite distractions, clarity of purpose is the most valuable asset. Action. Define why. Align your goals with a mission that excites and it energizes you. Use tools like vision boards or digital planners to keep your purpose in front and in center. Number 2, build confidence, your success foundation. Why it matters. Confidence is your armor against self-doubt and external criticism. Action. Practice positive affirmations daily. Surround yourself with people who believe in your vision. Use visualization techniques to see yourself succeeding in vivid detail. This I love because as you manifest and build on your visualization, you will see that you are becoming a better person, and that better person deserves to be making more money or having more abundance. Let's keep going. Cultivate initiative, the spark of action. See, it's not just about thinking, it's taking action. Why it matters. Ideas are worthless without action. Initiative turns dreams into results. Action. Start small but act now. Break down big goals into bite-sized tasks. Leverage project managed apps to maintain momentum. So whatever your long-term goal is, reverse engineer it. What does that mean on a daily basis? A quick example of, let's say if you want to lose 35 pounds in the next, let's say 6 months. 35 pounds looks big, but in 6 months you could do that. So break it down what that means to you on a daily basis, what activities you have to do, and how many pounds per week does that come down to. Break it down and you'll see that you can do that. Leverage the power of the mastermind. Collaboration is the king. Now, he says it's the king, which means it's really the priority, right? Why it matters. The age of networking, collaboration multiplies your impact. This is huge. This is about leveraging. See, with a job environment, and if you're working in a job, that's fine. But think about it. When you're in a job, you're trading your time, your expertise, your initiative to finish a job. But when you collaborate and network with others to help you do that job more effectively, you build leverage. Action steps: form a joint mastermind groups, align yourself in person, engage with communities in LinkedIn or in other professional platforms, share your knowledge, seek advice, hold and teach others accountable that are accountable. As you know, I'm following the same things that he's teaching you right here. We're sharing advice. So this is why it's important to connect. Think about it. The fact that you're listening to this tells me you're not the average person out there. You're probably the top 3% that consumes information like this and puts it to work. Number 5, develop a pleasing personality. Influence in every interaction. A pleasing personality is when you first have a conversation. This is one of the skill sets that I've learned is the minute you say hello to somebody, if you're not smiling, unless you're going to give them bad news, that's another issue. But if you're not smiling in the first 5 seconds in your conversation, you don't show a pleasing personality. You're not showing them that. And that builds confidence, that builds trust. And guess what? Their minds start to open up. That's one of the key traits of a successful person, is having a pleasing personality. They don't like to argue. They like to help people and get things done. Why it matters? Emotional intelligence and charisma open doors that skill alone cannot. This is important. You might be the best doctor or the best carpenter, but if you don't know how to develop that charisma, that ability to please others, you're not going to get the business. Action. Learn active listening. Practice empathy and kindness in your daily interactions. Read books on interpersonal communication to refine your social skills. You're doing that right now as you hear my voice. Master self-discipline. Consistency over motivation. Consistency over motivation. You know, motivation is sometimes you take a nice bath, you feel good. Guess what happens 2 days later if you don't take a bath? You don't feel the same anymore. Consistency is definite. It's every day, consistent. Why it matters? In a world of instant gratification, self-discipline separates winners from wannabes. Action steps: create habits that align your goals. Use habit tracking apps or planners to stay consistent. Eliminate distractions by practicing digital detox regularly. So an example of that is when you go to sleep or when you're waking up first thing in the morning, you are not looking at your phone at that time. You are focusing on your goals. You're focusing on how the day is going to be, right? So this is very important, is to cut off and eliminate distractions. Notifications on your phone, for example, at the time you're working, put that on the side. Just turn them off. It only takes a second, because each time you get distracted, it costs you twice as much energy to get back on the road. Number 7, channel creative vision. Innovation is non-negotiable. Innovation is non-negotiable. Why it matters? Creative fuels breakthrough in competitive markets. So creative vision, what he's talking about is that having a creative vision, thinking outside of the box. When there's a problem, don't think for the obvious solution. Focus on outside of the box. I give you an analogy here, okay? Many years ago, there was a consultant that was hired to go into a meat factory, right? And he was there to help them improve their efficiency. So he went in there, spent a day or two analyzing the business, made notes, saw how the meat moved across the floor. As you know, in a meat factory, what happens, there's a conveyor belt, and there's on the hooks, there's meat, hooked up, and it's moving across the floor. So he looked at how that flow of their product moved and analyzed it and gave them recommendations. Guess what? That same analyst or consultant went into a different business a few weeks later, and this time it was a dry cleaner. And in that dry cleaning business, there was a loss of productivity. The employees were lifting up the clothes for the customers, going back in the back room, bringing it back and forth. And he noticed that if they had the same type of conveyor belt system in a different industry, where did he learn that from? He learned it from the meat industry, right? So he got that idea from a different industry, outside of the box thinking, enabled that dry cleaner to have conveyor belts. And now you see every dry cleaner in the world, practically, I think, that has a conveyor belt system just like in the meat industry. So what do you think of that, about thinking outside of the box? All right, let's keep moving on. Why it matters is because it gives you that competitive edge. Action: dedicate time to brainstorm without limits. Use mind mapping tools or apps like Notion or capture and organize ideas. Stay curious and explore trend outside your industry. Look at this. Focus on going the extra mile. You know, we don't talk about this anymore. In today's times, it's like trying to get the most out of the least effort. Doesn't work. Long-term success depends on going the extra mile, getting paid for more than what you are entitled to do. Why it matters: exceptional builds loyalty and trust. Action steps: surprise your clients or customers with unexpected value in your career. Offer solutions before they requested. Build reputation for exceeding expectations. So, for example, if somebody tells you to go to the store and get them some milk, and you noticed that in their fridge they were missing some bread, but you took the initiative in buying them the bread itself for a little bonus for them, guess what happens? You went the extra mile. They didn't even think about it. They say, well, that was a nice gesture of them. So going the extra mile is always doing more than what you're being paid for. So if you're being paid for $20 an hour, imagine if you were paid $40 an hour or $60 an hour. What would that person or that employee do for their boss? You don't have to do it all the time, but from time to time, go the extra mile. If you have to, punch out at 7 o'clock and that's when your shift finishes, so what if you punched out at 7:15? Tell your boss, I'm not expecting for you to pay me more, but that's what I had to do to finish my job. They look at that, and guess what? You're entitled for more promotions, because you don't get promoted from what you're doing. You get promoted what you can do. Very important. Harness the subconscious mind. Reprogram your inner dialogue. This is what this channel is all about. Manifestation, right? Why it matters: your subconscious mind is a powerful ally or enemy in shaping your outcomes. I'll give you a quick analogy. This worked for me. I was a stutterer many, many years ago, coming out of high school, and I had trouble talking to people because I would say something and I would stutter many times. And guess what? It took a while, but I programmed my subconscious mind to talk eloquently, to talk with passion, to talk with meaning. And guess what? Over a period of time, after reading a series of books back there, you can see, and listening to some great audios and videos, that changed the way we communicate. Action: feed your mind with uplifting content daily. You're doing this right now. Use guidance, meditation, or affirmations to program positively and resilience. This is huge. Foster an unwavering faith in yourself and your mission. Why it matters: because faith is your abilities to propel you forward when challenges arise. Faith is believing on something that you haven't even seen yet physically. That's what faith is. So when you can hear it and see it and feel it in your mind, guess what happens? Your chance of success go way up. Action reflects in past successes to remind yourself of your daily potential. Surround yourself with inspirational mentors, content that reinforces your beliefs. Very important. How to implement this wisdom today. Get SMART goals. SMART. And I'll tell you what they stand for. Make your aspirations specific. S, that's what it stands for. M stands for measurable. Measure your goal, just like losing that weight every day. You have to lose 1 pound a day. That could be measurable. What are you eating? That's measurable. Achievement. Achievable. Is that achievable? Yes, if other people have done it, you know it's achievable, right? Think about it. Relevant. Relevant means, are you being relevant to your activities to hitting your goal? If you're watching matinee movies all day or going bowling all day and then you're expecting to make $1 million, sorry, it's not going to work. And time bound. Time bound builds urgency. And what that does, it holds you accountable. When you have a goal with a time limit on it, you take necessary action steps and you don't let procrastination get in the way. Some people are great. They become wandering generalities rather than a meaningful specific. And they don't have a time limit on when they're supposed to hit that goal. Very important to do that. Leverage technology. Use apps and digital tools to stay organized, network, and team. Apps are very powerful tools. Practice gratitude regularly. Reflect on your wins, big or small, to maintain a positive outlook. One of the things I recommend is when you write your goals down is write down also, let's say you expect in 30 days to hit a certain number of income that you want to make. Write down what you would do to reward yourself. Take 10% of that income you made and put it into something you would reward yourself and your family. It could be having a nice dinner at a nice restaurant. You could visualize that and put it in your calendar. You know it's going to happen. It's like a little trophy you get once you hit your goal. Commit to lifelong learning. Stay ahead by continuously upgrading your skills. Hill's The Law of Success is not just a book, it's a call to action. In today's ever-evolving landscape, these principles empower you to move and lead, innovate, and thrive. Master them. The world becomes your playground for success. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it, give me a comment, and also mention to me some of the books you'd like to get some more insights like this, doing reviews. Remember, these reviews I'm giving you is you're seeing the words, you're hearing me talk, I'm giving you my personality into this, so you're hearing some more great knowledge on top of it, and this is why you will be able to implement. What you just did is you just went through this book right here in a matter of, what, 10 minutes or 15 minutes? This is over, what, 400-page book. Look how thick it is. You just got the juice of it right here. Implement it. I'll talk to you again on the next one. Make it a great day. Bye-bye.